People say some things don't just appear, they watch you, and sometimes what you see isn't real. Daniel, a software engineer who had just moved to New York City, found a cheap apartment with no questions asked. The place was old, but livable. His friend Emma and her brother Lucas were staying with him for a few days because the three of them ran a small YouTube channel called Urban Mystery Files, where they explored strange and creepy places. The first night felt normal, but Emma was the first to notice something odd. A broken old mirror in the bedroom. Was that always there? She asked. Daniel shook his head. No, I've never seen it before. Lucas laughed. Perfect horror vibe, and turned on the camera. Around 10:45 p.m., Emma suddenly froze. Guys, look at this in the mirror. The bedroom door was open, but in reality, it was closed. Daniel turned back. The door was shut, but in the mirror, it was still open. A few seconds later, a shadow passed by the doorway inside the reflection. The three of them went silent. Daniel checked the entire apartment. No one was there. When he came back, Emma whispered, "It's still open." And now someone was standing in the doorway in the mirror. The figure slowly became clear it was Daniel, but his eyes were empty and his smile not human. Lucas zoomed the camera. "This is insane," Daniel snapped. "Stop recording." But the reflection tilted its head and waved. Emma stepped back. It just waved. Suddenly, cracks began to spread across the mirror, without anyone touching it. Tap, 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 like something knocking from the inside. Then, a low, broken voice whispered, "Switch places." The lights flickered. Lucas panicked but kept recording. "Guys, this isn't funny anymore." The reflection of Daniel stepped forward, while the real Daniel stepped back there. Movements no longer matched. Something was wrong. The reflection was now right up against the glass, and then it pushed its hand through. The mirror began to melt. Emma screamed. "Run!" They rushed to the door, but it wouldn't open, as if the exit no longer existed. Behind them came the sound of footsteps and glass breaking. When they turned back, the thing had come out of the mirror, but it wasn't alone anymore. There were three figures now, Daniel, Emma, and Lucas, but their faces were empty, smiling. The real three ran and split into different rooms. Emma hid inside a closet, breathing fast. She looked at a small mirror in front of her, and her other self was standing there, inches away, whispering, "My turn." Her scream echoed, and suddenly stopped. In another room, Lucas was still recording. "This is real!" when his duplicate appeared in front of him and smiled. "I'll take your place." The camera dropped. The screen went black. Now Daniel was alone, standing near the door, shaking. He slowly turned back. Emma and Lucas were behind him, but not the real ones. They were smiling, slowly walking toward him. Daniel whispered, "Please." "No." Then a voice echoed from the mirror. 3 for 3. The lights went out. Darkness swallowed everything. Daniel felt like he was falling, deeper and deeper. Then suddenly he found himself behind a cold glass surface. In front of him was the same room, but now he was no longer inside. He banged on the glass. "Help, please," but no sound escaped. Then he turned and saw dozens of figures in the darkness behind him, all smiling. One of them stepped forward and whispered, "Now you're one of us." In front of him, his duplicate had already taken his place in the real world. The next morning, Daniel, Emma, and Lucas walked out of the apartment like nothing happened and disappeared into the city. Days later, the apartment was rented again. A new guy moved in. On his first night, he noticed the same mirror and muttered, "Was this always here?" As he looked into it, Daniel raised his hand from inside, trying to warn him, but no sound came out. Then the reflection of the new guy smiled, and this time it wasn't copying him. It slowly tilted its head and wrote on the glass, "Next." The guy froze, tried to step back but couldn't move. The reflection came closer, its smile stretching wider, and then a hand pushed out from inside the mirror. The lights went out. Darkness. Only the sound. Tap, tap, tap. Then silence. The next morning, the apartment was found open again. The door locked from inside. No signs of struggle, but the mirror was cleaner than ever. Now 4 people stood inside it. Daniel, Emma, Lucas, and the new guy, all staring out smiling. And beneath the mirror, faint words had appeared. "We don't chase, we wait."